everybody. It's time to shoot the shit. Uh yeah, so it's just informal live stream, kind of bored tonight, so I thought I'd do a live stream. And I've got some trivia, a couple of sites with trivia. We can do that. We can talk hockey, we can talk anything you guys want to talk about. We're just here to shoot the shit. So if you are here, I see there's one person anyway. Say hi in the chat, and I'm going to get over there right now. Say hi. Of course, it's Guru. Hey, Guru, how you doing, man? Thanks for showing up. It's going okay. I'm just a little bored. So I thought I would put up a live stream. Plus, the live streams are paying like really well right now. So I thought, geez, I'm bored. Live streams are paying well. Probably won't get a lot of people in, but do a live stream, talk about whatever. Anything you want to ask me, if you want to know something about me, as long as it's not too personal, I will definitely answer any hockey questions, and if I know, I will answer. And if you have anything else, and if you want, I got these trivia quizzes. We can take a shot at that. Just something to pass the time, maybe get to know each other a little better, that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm here for. If you are here, please say hi in the chat, because this doesn't really work well if I am talking to myself. That's usually how it works best. Joe is here. Hey, Joe, how's it going, Joe? Joe says, watching Caps versus Oilers, 4-2 Caps, not surprised. Nurse and Leonard are on Hattie watch. Really? And Nurse was getting a lot of. I read just a headline about Oilers fans not being very happy with Darnell Nurse right now. So I guess he went out and had a good game so far. Oilers are. I don't know. You think the Oilers are going to bounce back this year like they do? Like seems like every year. I don't think so. We'll see. I don't think so though. That the goaltending is not. It's worse than ours, I think. By the way, I got to show the mug. I got to show this. I'm legally required to show this so that. And there's a shirt behind me there. These are available by me. I can't get out of there. Or at the store. But you can order them from me directly, but you can also get them at the store. I'm legally required to because I put them on the shelf underneath. And if I don't show them, then I can be in trouble with YouTube. So I did my legal requirements. Cheese and salami rolls and hockey, a good lunch combination. Awesome. Yeah, I guess you get a lot of games for lunch. Guru says Nurse has definitely. Let me put this on. Nurse has definitely been the talk lately. He's their lightning rod. The whole team has issues. Yeah, I was reading a little bit in an article about. Yes, a lot of people don't think they're going to recover like they have been. Obviously, only time will tell. As we are, by the way, tomorrow's game is Washington. Speaking of Washington and the Caps, Washington and the Oilers. It's game number 20, so that means we are basically a quarter of the way through the season already. We have every game. I can get every game too, just not legally. Hey Phil, how's it going? Do you think the Habs right now need to trade or look for some players with all the injuries, or leave it as is and get players from Laval? I think it's a good time to possibly, like, if they were thinking of getting a second line center, say at the trade deadline, right, and being active and really looking for one, then I think maybe with the injuries and everything, you might want to speed that up. And it's not a knock on Oliver Kapanen in any way. As a matter of fact, that kid's doing well with 7 goals, second on the team in goals, just behind Caulfield. On pace right now for 30 goals. But I don't know. It's is there anything in Laval? Are the players in Laval good enough to perform to the, how do I want to put this? Are they going to be good enough to get the team where they want to be? And that's the playoffs. So I guess you got to balance that out. Now, is there anybody available and all that kind of stuff? I don't know what's really available and what they, Hughes can dig up. But I kind of think they've got to be active on the, he's on the phone a lot. I mean, they're looking, I would think, working on something. I don't know, because, I mean, these are not short-term injuries. These are 4 long-term injuries that they have. And yeah, I got to think they're looking around, and I guess if they find a deal, find a player they like, a team that's willing to deal with them, they make that decision whether they pull the trigger or not. Right? So, yeah, but I said it before. I mean, I think he's probably pretty actively looking to see what's out there and what makes sense. Just don't give up the farm. They're not going to. Make it a solid hockey trade. There's nothing I've seen from them, from Hughes and Gordon, to make me think that even in the with what's going on with the injuries and all that, are they going to veer from their plan and overpay for somebody that's probably, if it's a center and a veteran, he's only here for a short period of time. You don't want to give up the farm for him, for sure. So yeah, I trust in the management. I don't think they're going to get fleeced or overpay like a crazy overpay. Don't forget, we got assets. There's no problem asset wise. They have what they need to make a deal. It's just, is there anything out there? The guy I still want is Ryan O'Reilly. If they can go out and get Ryan O'Reilly, it'd be great. The player that I'm seeing right now, as far as in the rumors, I don't get. And I think it's just bullshit if you're seeing that Habs are pursuing Nashville for Stamkos. Makes zero sense to me why they would be after Stamkos. He can't play center anymore. He can barely play. He's not putting up any points. Does he need a change of scenery? I don't know if that's what it is, but I don't know that. I can't believe that Montreal would be after Stamkos, to be honest. Now, Ryan O'Reilly, I think, is would be a good player here. He's not making a lot of money, I think 4.5, anyway, something like that. And he's got one more season after this one. Term is perfect. Money is perfect. That's the kind of guy I would go after. Habs are still a young team, says Mr. Guru. I don't have the depth quite yet. Oh, this is a problem, right? They don't have the depth yet because the rebuild's not fully finished. So with the rebuild not being fully finished, obviously they don't have the players that are fully ready down on the farm to replace the guys that are missing due to injury. That it's going to definitely get them to the playoffs. I can't think that their goal of making the playoffs this season has changed. So, So, yeah, I kind of think something's going to happen. I just don't know what. I have no idea what. I would think a center. But again, not a knock on Kapanen. And then, if you do bring in a center, does that affect his season and, all that? So, I don't know. But they got to be playing the phones and seeing what's out there. Come on. They got to be. Did I show my phone yet? I don't know. Did I show that? Available at the store. In case I didn't, because it's the first thing on the shelf. Yeah, gotta cover your ass. And we're here to shoot the shit. So covering your ass while you're shooting the shit makes a lot of sense to me for some reason. I don't know why. Stamkos has been a Habs killer. His time is done though. He put in his time, won a couple of cups. The best days are behind Stamkos, yeah. And as far as playing center, I don't think he wasn't able to play center for the last couple of seasons, at least the last couple of seasons, because of his back and imagine other things. So I don't see why would Montreal be interested in trading for Stamkos? I mean, even if Nashville called and said, hey, We'll give them to you. Just give us futures. Why though? What's he going to do except draw money? ABL Core 4 under 24 has the Habs rated number 1 with Hudson, Demidov, Slav, and Fowler. You're leaving out your boy Reinbacher. Update on Reinbacher. He is given up or been on the ice for only 1 goal against in his last 4 games with the Rocket, playing really well. So Reinbacher doing well. On track now again. So knock wood. No more injuries. I don't see why there would be necessarily. I don't label him injury prone, not yet. Anyway, so BL is always asking me for updates on Rickenbacker, so I thought I'd give him an update. All right, anything else you guys want to know, or want to play some trivia, whatever you want to do? Oh, by the way, BL, I was going to make the Pan Haggerty tonight, as a matter of fact. I was going to make it for tonight. And I thought I had everything, so I was reading the recipe. And that's when I noticed, beef gravy. Damn it, I didn't get any of that. So, yeah, I'm not making it till next week, probably. I'm going shopping again Saturday, so I'll get that. And I probably should get a little more ground beef, I think, considering. But I got everything but that, so I'm going to make it. What else is there out there? I didn't take any notes because it's just a very what's the word I'm looking for? It's not formal. This is a very informal, relaxed kind of stream. So yeah, and I saw Joe is here. So Joe, just the news on poetry. I tried to write poetry today. I didn't get very far, to be honest, but I started. I started one for each of you guys. So Baby's here. I started. I got sidetracked a little bit though, with some housework, apartment work. I guess I don't live in a house. It was it wasn't really spontaneous. I was thinking about it yesterday if I should do a stream, and I thought about it this morning. And I thought, okay, let's see how my mood is during the day. And that's why it only went up at like 5. But I wouldn't call it spontaneous. BL says, Rick, that's my name. I think Suzuki might be on the outside looking in for the Olympic team. Celebrini, Bedard are forcing their way onto the team. Oh, I mean, yeah. If Nick Suzuki is the guy that is holding back Celebrini and Bedard, and the way those two guys are playing, I don't see how he holds them back. It depends on what they're looking for. If they're looking for a little more experience, remember, these guys are young, so but if they're looking for more experience, a solid two-way player, I mean, it's Suzuki. So it depends what they're looking for. Nick hasn't been putting up the points like crazy as of late. So I think if they leave Suzuki off, it's a mistake on their part. But listen, there's a lot of good players in Canada. There's a lot of good players that aren't going to make the team. So, but I saw something. I didn't read the story. I'm a headline reader a lot of the time, but I did see that what you're talking about there about Celebrini and Bedard. Didn't Bedard just have a hat trick last night or something like that? I mean, these guys are playing off the charts right now. And since they have to announce the team like now, and listen, it doesn't mean Suzuki wouldn't be on the team because there's going to be injuries. There's going to be injuries to somebody, and if it's a guy Suzuki can fill in for, he can make the team that way. Phil says, with the goaltending issues, do you think Fowler should get a shot? Maybe. I don't really want to see Fowler in an NHL game right now. No. Like BL says right there, no need to rush Fowler. I don't want to take that chance at all. And he's playing really well. 6-3-0. He's got 3 shutouts. He's got a 201 goals against and a 9. I don't know what the save percentage, but it's over 9. He's playing really well down there. I'd like to see him do a full season dominating in the AHL before you want to mess with him up here if possible. I think if you're going to call up a goalie, it's going to be Kakkonen. Nick does. He's got that two-way game. So it depends what they're looking for. I think that's it. It depends on what they're looking for exactly. BL, are you talking about Suzuki? Suzuki's hurt somehow. I don't know what it is, but it's some small thing. I'm sure he's been hurt before. He just never missed a game for it. That's it. So knock wood that continues, but I think it's obvious he's got something. Something he said the other day too. I saw a quote from him about that sort of. Not him saying that he's got an injury, but just about his Iron Man streak kind of thing, and he just wants to be in there and do what he can to help the team. Just the tone of it made me think, yeah, he's got something small, but not enough to keep him out of the lineup. What did I think of Rantanen's hit and St. Patrick's response? Okay, funny thing about that is, so I'm partnered in another channel, and my partners there, except for Eric, who's here in Montreal, are from Boston. They're Americans. Anyway, so they're talking about this hit, and I didn't see it. They put up a clip. It's on Twitter. I don't usually go and look at anything on Twitter, but I looked at this. And Alex he wants to throw the book at Rantanen, how dirty it was, blah, blah, blah. And I think it was Dakota. Dakota is a guy helping us with social media. He's in Ottawa. And he said, too, as a defenseman, he plays beer league hockey. He thought that should have been a suspension, and Rantanen should have been able to stop. So I go, okay, I got to look at this. So I look at the clip, and my initial, because I'd heard Mayfield pushed him, and then right, so I'd heard all about what it was, and I went and looked. My opinion is it's not a suspendable hit. Definitely Mayfield had an effect on what Rantanen did. And it also, when you see it at full speed, it happens so fast. I don't think it was just I think he put his hand out like that as a reaction because he was so close to him and he got pushed. And that's what I think happened. So I don't think there's any suspension. At most a game. And only because it happened at the end of the game and he got a game misconduct, but it was 27 seconds left. So so part of the thing was it was like in the last few minutes of the game and shouldn't blah blah blah. It's because it's in the last few minutes of the game. So I said, what you don't want them to play the same in the last minute of the game as they do in the first. They should ease up and don't try. Like I don't know what he was saying. Okay, so my opinion is this. I don't think it was a suspendable hit. Honestly, I don't think he did it on purpose. I just think it happened so fast. And then what led to it, I mean, they were close. Him and Romanov were really close together, right? And it was close. And he got pushed a bit. And I think his hand came up just because they were so close. I don't think he tried to push him into the boards. I don't think that at all. So that's my opinion. As far as what St. Patrick's response was, I didn't see that. I have no idea what that is. I didn't see him respond to it. So, but I don't think the hit wasn't. I don't think it was on purpose, and I don't think it was that bad, and I don't think it was his fault totally. Could he have actually held up and not done it? When you see it actually, because the first they showed it happening from the side, right? It's so fast, right? Then you see it in slow motion and it looks bad. in slow motion, but I don't see how he could have reacted much differently, to be honest. So if they give him a game, and they're not, apparently there's no supplementary. If it was a game, it wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't be like, oh, it shouldn't. But I didn't see it as a suspendable hit. All right, now that I said a half hour on that, what is your guys' opinions on that? Are we losing people? We had 8 people. 2 people didn't find me interesting enough. Oh no, I'm gonna go cry. All right, let's go. Let me get back up there. I talked so long, a bunch of comments went by. Where was? Okay, there. Okay. If both Nick and Cole, says Joe, miss out on Canada and the U.S. teams respectively, that means they'll be recharging their bodies and minds and fully ready for the business end of the season and be motivated, as in like, okay, you don't think I should have made it? I'll show you, and play a little harder. Like, I think it's not a bad thing for us Habs fans and for the team if they're not picked. If they are picked, I think it's great opportunities, great experience. So there's nothing wrong with them going. But as far as Habs fans and the team itself, it's great for that. So either way, whether they go or they don't go, there's good and bad in both, I guess. Joe thought Rantanen was pushed. Yeah. Not like heavily pushed, but enough. And they were close and they were getting. I just thought he just kind of did that as a natural reaction. I really think that's what it was, because it didn't look like he did it with malice. I want to say, because I'm watching a show called Malice, so that's why the word came to me. It didn't look like it to me. So, I don't know. And I don't know why Alex should be so upset about it. He doesn't like the Islanders, number one. He wouldn't have any affinity for Romanov like we would, because he was an ex-Hab. I don't know. I get the fact that it was boarding. And I said that's a boarding call. Yeah. And he hit him like on the numbers, and you're not supposed to. But I don't know how he would have stopped. They were so close to each other, going so fast. I don't see how he could have avoided hitting him. Honestly, I don't see how he could have. If there was more distance between them, would have been maybe a different story. But they were really close to each other. I was like, yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna repeat myself. Let's see. We got a difference of opinion, but I'll get to it in a sec. Panthers, says BL, have 2 more guys on the DL now. On the DL. What's the DL again? I'm just thinking download. That's all I can see in my head. One guy from barbecue. Oh yeah, that's right. One guy, yeah, someone burnt himself, right? Listerine burnt himself, and then one guy. I don't know the other one there. I'm thinking of Jack Hughes also cutting himself. BL also says Rantanen extended his arms and had a shoving motion on Romanov. He did not extend his arms. You got it wrong. He extended one hand. He didn't go both. That's what I saw. It was one hand, and he pushed, and he didn't. It was a pushing motion, yeah, because they were so close to each other. That's what I would have done. I would have put my hand out to. That's how I saw it. So, my opinion. But it wasn't both hands. It was one. Caps 4-2 after 2. Guru says Monty had to delete Instagram. The media said, yeah, I saw something. I did. I read that headline. I don't know if it was because of what's going on right now. I kind of think I got the gist of it that he has deleted his Instagram because of comments and stuff like that from toxic Habs fans. I didn't really take it as over this last little bit of time that's why he deleted his Instagram. But he said he deleted it, better for his head. and he doesn't pay attention to that stuff, and that's the best thing. Guru, people are assholes. We know, we get it here enough. Can you imagine what those guys get? Can you imagine what they get, especially here in Montreal or Toronto, which is probably, it sounds like it's even worse in Toronto. So you can imagine what it's like. And like I said, I didn't get that he had just deleted his Instagram, but that he had done it like a little while ago. But I could be wrong, obviously. BL agrees with Joe. The time off might be a blessing. I have no problem with it either way. Because you can't say that the experience going and doing all that is bad for them. It's not. But either way, I'm okay with it. Oh, right. DL is disabled list, but you don't hear that anymore. It's the IR, isn't it? Or is there still a DL? IR, injured reserve. Okay. Aren't they the same thing, basically? Disabled list sounds like somebody is like in a wheelchair now. No? How many NHL players did we put in wheelchairs this year? Wow, that's a long list. No? That's how it used to be called, right? The disabled list? Or that's still a thing. I didn't know it was still a thing. NHL players need to be bubble wrapped outside the arena. This season, it seems like, right? And it's only 2 guys out of, 800? I have read about the impact of sports betting on professional sports people's social media accounts. It is about time. I mean, if people don't understand, like, what's the difference if you're betting on sports or playing poker? It's gambling, and the impact of gambling on a lot of people is horrible. And now, if you have a gambling problem, and who doesn't have a cell phone? And most people are not like me and don't have data. I have data. I don't have data, so I think most people are not like me. It's like it's right there, and most people carry their phones with them everywhere. It's right there in your hand all the time. I could just bet anywhere and bet and bet and bet some more, and it's ridiculous. So why they're putting it with sports is diabolical, to be honest with you. That the fact that sports leagues are in bed with gambling is diabolical. Like evil to its core. But listen, if you really want my opinion, no, that's my opinion. I believe what I'm saying. It is absolutely evil to its core that they would do that. And yes, BL, I'm doing this here, even in a show like this, because it's I could do this on camera for a show like this, but I feel more comfortable now like this. So I hope you don't mind, but we're just here to shoot the shit, and I'm here. Personally, says Joe, poker is more skill based and less spontaneous than sports betting or poker machines. Oh, slot machines, yeah. For you. I mean, okay, but it's no less devastating. All that it means is that the sports gambling, anybody can do it. With poker, if you're not good at it, you're gonna get your ass kicked. With sports betting and stuff, it's almost like you can throw darts, at a wall and pick, your bets, and they're just as good. Whatever. Besides, a lot of people bet on those. What do they call them? All those little side bets, the props. Props are killers, man. Betting on props. Bad enough you bet on the game. Now you got like 100 props you could bet on. It's just ridiculous. Hey, Renegade, how's it going? I'm bored today, so I thought I'd do a live stream. I think about it a lot. A lot of nights there, I'll go like I'm bored. Maybe I'll do a live stream, but there's a lot of times there's like another event on somewhere or whatever. Tonight there's no football. There's nothing like that. At least I don't think. No, it's Wednesday. There's no football. Good day for it. I didn't think a lot of people would be here, but I just thought, I'm sitting here alone at home. I could watch stuff on TV. I thought I'd talk to some friends. The new fashion way, talk to friends online. All right, what else you guys got? I'm trying to think of stuff that I've heard today. I was home all day too. You'd think I'd be up to date. Or I am up to date, I guess, but nothing nothing big in the sports world that I know of happened, at least not in the sports I follow. And everything that's big that might have happened yesterday down in the States, and it's all political. And I don't really want to talk about it here. So, yeah, I don't have much. We can talk about tomorrow's game, though. It's Washington. Habs are on a 4-game losing streak. They did get a point last game, so I'm hoping I'm hoping that we can pull off a nice win at home against the Capitals. They're not playing particularly well either. So yeah, Ovi. Maybe the last time Ovi's in Montreal as an NHL player is possible. So there's that. Let's see. Wait. Okay, Renegade says, I know it sounds like a broken record, but I talked about this earlier. Do we need to go for a 2C right away? I don't know, because I like the way Kapanen is playing. And it's not that he can't be better, but you can't fault the kid. I gotta think they're looking. I gotta think they're like more actively looking than they were before the injuries basically happened. So I gotta think they're looking. If they feel that's what they need to do, I'm gonna trust it. And as long as they don't make a move in a panic way, and just to make a move and break the bank and go off course of what, how it's been going and the rebuild and all that. As long as they don't do that, if they feel that they need, they're going to do it. But I got to think he's on the phone much more than he was and trying to find a deal they like. If there's any deals out there, who's available? I don't know. I know the rumors I'm hearing. I think they're all bullshit. All right, BL says Gavin McKenna was rated number 1 for the 26 NHL draft the last 2 years until today. Yeah, I forget the kid's name, but there's another kid out there. For people that are this early, I don't know if gung-ho is the right word, about the draft, which is so far away. Okay, for me, it's not really big news. But I guess it is big news. The only form of gambling, Joe says, that she does these days is lotto. Only when the first division prize is fairly high. But it is gambling. And while you probably don't spend your rent on lotto, some people do. And some people do get into the same kind of trouble, and it is the lotto. It's gambling. No matter how you look at it, it's gambling. The chances of you winning are very low, and some people still spend all their money. And if one kid goes hungry or is homeless because the parent can't stop gambling, well, then we need to stop gambling. if we can. That's how I look at it. Plus, my sister hopefully is finished with the gambling, but it's an ongoing problem that she'll always have. But she had a problem with gambling. Ex-girlfriend of mine also. So I've seen the results of that. Gambling's just no good for anybody. Honestly, it's not. The Caps are also playing tonight against the Oilers, so we're getting them on a back-to-back, which is nice. As kids, we played 5-card poker. What do we call that? 5-card stud, I guess, but used a point system instead of money. Yeah, that's. But you know what? It's still gambling, and it in some kids, not every kid, in some kids, it kind of trains them to be gamblers as adults. Just playing like that innocently. Because everybody's different, and some people have addiction problems, and gambling's very addictive. 4-3 Caps now in the third. Well, maybe the Oilers are going to mount a comeback. Yeah, but say honestly, Monty for Skinner. I know Monty's not playing great right now. I don't get that. And probably Skinner isn't either. But yeah, I'm not doing that. But you're right. Fans are bringing that up. Last stream, 2 nights ago, a couple of guys said that. I that's ridiculous for me. Imagine if you give up that easily on every player that has a slump. Oh, they're in a slump? Get rid of them. Imagine what that would be like. And then they go after when they get rid of a player they want. The fans really want us to get rid of. And they go, oh, look what he's doing in the other team. Why couldn't he do that here? Because we didn't give him a chance. Got rid of him too quick. Keaton Verhoff, an 18-year-old right-hand defenseman from Fort Saskatchewan, playing for the University of North Dakota. Oh, okay. Is that the kid's name? I'm trying to think of the name. You know what? I thought he was European or something like that. Verhoff is not a North American name in general. So I thought it was a play. Is he not an American, North American born kid, or he is? He said from Fort Saskatchewan. So yeah, I thought that kid was like from Europe or something. But yeah, I heard about it, that there is a defenseman that looks like he's going to challenge McKenna for first overall. I mean, listen, it happens every year that players rise and come out of nowhere, and you go, oh, look at this kid. And it happens every year, so no surprise. Monty did not even do any off-season training. Monty did not do... How do you know this? Well, he was rehabbing. Doesn't mean he didn't do training, though. Saying he didn't do off-season training sounds like he sat around eating candy and did nothing. Right? So he didn't do his normal training. He had to rehab an injury, which would, it makes the slow or the bad start to the season kind of maybe even understandable. You can understand where that's coming from. So I figure, give him a few more games. He's getting his game back. So once he does that, he'll be back to normal. Personally, I think that's better than Skinner. Gotcha, Joe. You know me. I've always got to clarify. Mostly. Anyways, I try not to make controversies where there's none if I can, at least as an older person. But you remember when Monty wasn't playing well, Dobish was playing great, And everybody's, make Dobish the starter, get rid of Monty. And I said, yeah, but Dobish is going to come back down to normal. He's going to come back down to earth. And what happened? And I believe the next game he played, he came back down to earth. And now you don't, it's odd that you don't hear anybody screaming for Dobish's head. Why? I don't get what the difference is. If Dobish isn't playing well and Monty's not playing well, why does one get so much negativity than the other doesn't? Renegade Man, no, we were asked, that question came up earlier. Could I see it? I hope not. I don't want to see Fowler up here right now. There's no need to have him up there. He's should stay in the AHL. Let him develop there. Do not rush this kid in any way, shape, or form. You can argue, well, he looks like he's not, like he's ready. He's not. Best thing for him, in my opinion, is a year in the AHL. Have him, let him win the job in camp next season and go from there. Now, I see I answered quickly, and I see you put by the end of the season. After the trade deadline, who the hell knows? Because who knows who's going to move, whatever. But I think if a goalie's coming up from Laval is going to, or coming down from Laval, Laval's north of Montreal, it is going to be Kakkonen. I see either Engstrom and or Reinbacher playing by the end of the season. It depends. This is how I see that. If there's another injury to the defense, right, and you're bringing one of those guys up and they're not sitting in the press box a lot, then yeah, I definitely can see that. Probably Engstrom first. Reinbacher needs more development, and I say that only in that he's missed so much time that he needs to be down in Laval for me the rest of the season. But Engstrom seems ready to me and playing well from what I understand. So yeah, but why are we bringing Engstrom up to sit? As the seventh defenseman. That's why they called up Mark Del Gaizo. Because really, is he gonna? You know what I mean? Like, is he gonna be a player? But he's a body, and they needed a body there just in case. And you don't want, like I said, you don't want Engstrom or Reinbacher sitting in the press box. When I say things, people don't understand me easily. Not your fault, says Joe to me. No, don't worry. I have the same problem. So I blame it on my neurodivergent brain and my ADHD, and people just don't understand me. And that's their problem, not mine. But no, I have the same problem, Joe, so no worries. Things slowed down since the goalie injury. Defense has weakened. I mean, yeah. Is it because goalie's out? I don't know if it's just on that. Caps get another. Yeah, I don't know if it's just because goalie's out or whatever, but he's going to be out for a little while longer, so they've got to get better. Well, Joe, then you understand what I'm talking about, and that's why we both have that same problem. And the weird thing about that is, it doesn't mean that it'd be any easier for you and I to understand each other necessarily. And that's the weird thing about it. But yeah, it's the neurodivergent brain. I wish I had known that like 30 years ago. Like, so I could understand, is that why I'm always asking, is it them or is it me? Who's like, people are whatever. Is it them or me? And now I know it was me. You could also say it was them and not me, but it was me being. I think there's less neurodivergent people than there are regular people. So it was definitely me. But not in a bad way, not because of whatever. They're still the assholes, not me. At least that's how I see it. Right, Joe? I'm curious. You put it AUDHD. What's the U for? Autistic DHD? Oh, there's some scoring going on in that game. Can't take penalties against the Oilers. That's one thing. You got McDavid and Draisaitl on your power play. You are going to score goals. Maybe that's what my youngest is, autistic and ADHD. I think that might be. This just we don't have an official diagnosis. I don't think I'm autistic, but I definitely have ADHD. And by the way, what I know of both of those things, they're very closely, very similar, and very closely tied. So, yeah. So maybe I am autistic. I don't know. I do like math and counting. That might have something to do with it. I'll be back on camera in about a minute, and then we still got another 15 to go. Anyway, if you are, I see there's more people here. If you're here and you haven't said hi, please say hi. Ask a question. Hockey, life, related, anything. Doesn't matter. I will help you with your problem. No. Just call me. Oh shit! What was that French girl that used to do those? She was a psychic. I'm not a psychic. I'm psycho, but I'm not a psychic. But sometimes I play one on TV. You love music and you read. I can't read music. I love music. I can't read it, unfortunately. So when I was playing guitar, it would be anything I would learn by sheet music is by tab. And even then, it depends. I wasn't a great guitar player, that's for sure. And I haven't played for a while. BL, is autism running at levels previously not seen before, or are we understanding what autism is better than ever? Have you thought about that? And it's definitely not because of Tylenol. I kind of think it's just better diagnosed, and yeah, our understanding of it is way better. So we're understand. I think we're a lot of people over the years that had ADHD or autism, and we didn't know what it was. That's what I believe. Anyway, listen, we all have to have something, right? Everybody got to have something. Yeah, there you go, Joe. That's basically what I said, right? Is better awareness and also better understanding of genetics. So we do know that I guess some of it is her. I can't. The words not coming to me. I'm telling you, I got dementia, man. Must be. It's hereditary. We're seeing and hearing about it more and more, of course. I think, though, when you say seeing and hearing about it more and more, a lot of it has to do with RFK and his Looney Tune theories about everything. Yep. The better, we our scientific methods get, The more we understand about a lot of things, not just that, right? About a lot of things. That's how medical progress is made. But you have to believe in science. Unfortunately, too many people today don't believe in science. Why that is, I don't know. Something in the air, something in the water. Is it the microplastics in our brains? Who the hell knows? For me, like if I get dementia, I'm just gonna blame it on microplastics. I'm normal. It's just the microplastics. That's all I'm gonna say. Wow, it's already 51 minutes that we're doing that. I'm doing this. That is not. I'm having. I don't know. Is it my ADHD is giving me trouble with time? You always hear me with the intermissions. There's no way that's already 18 minutes. It seems like it goes by really fast. So I don't know. It's my neurodivergent brain. That's what it is. Science is fun. Science is fun. It is, especially when you watch Bill Nye the Science Guy. No, listen, science. I'm not. I don't. I obviously believe in science and all that, but I've never been like overly interested in it. But I absolutely believe in science and doing things scientifically, as long as it's not me doing it. Um, only problem is too much maths in science. Yeah, which I probably would have been good at science, but because I was good at math, but I didn't have the interest in it for some reason. And the last science teacher that I had, his name was Mr. Keeler, and he used to like to. Not as gross as it sounds, but he used to like to touch you somewhere, shoulder, like something like that. When like hovering over your desk for some stupid reason, and everyone we called him Feeler Keeler. Sounds worse than it was. I don't remember him ever getting in any trouble for it, but today I don't think he got away with it. But that was my last science teacher. Probably grade 9, grade 10, maybe it was grade 10. I don't remember. BL says, I am 2 episodes into Black Rabbit, and all I can say for sure is episode 1 was a lot better than episode 2. Let me think back now. I might have thought it gets better. It was overall, it was good. I thought it was good overall. I've seen so many other things now since then, and I must have seen that only about 2 months ago, and I can't remember. But no, I think I might have thought the same thing, and then I might have taken a break for like 4 or 5 days and watched other things, and then got back to it into it, and then I went through the whole thing, binged it. Geography and history, not my strongest. No, not my strongest. No, my strongest subject probably was math and skipping school. I was good at that. I was really good at skipping school. Not a good thing to be good at, though, by the way. But I was good at it. Oh yeah, BL. I watched that. Was it last night? I don't know if I watched it last night or the night before. Awesome. Yeah, it was funny. I love that show. That's such a good show. But he was full of good one-liners. His wife would drive like that. She would drive me crazy. Like I know she drives him crazy, but I could not put up with that. Could not put up with that. But yeah, it's good. I really like that show. I've been waiting for it. I thought it was only starting to go in January, But yeah, I like Billy Bob Thornton. I know he's a wacko. He's a bit crazy, but I don't think he's crazy like in like the like in a pedophile way. Apparently, he smokes a lot in the show. Apparently, he smokes a lot in real life too, and I think he had that written into the character or something. His daughter's college interview was funny. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a good show, and I can only imagine being his son there hitting on the well, and all that money now coming in. Oh boy, wouldn't that be nice? Plus the smoke show of a girlfriend he's got. Guy's doing well. That, by the way, that kid that plays the son, he was a lot younger, and he was in what was it called? Justified for like 2 seasons. He was a crow. All right, well, down to the last 5 minutes. Yeah, so let's go over what's tomorrow. Tomorrow is Washington's here in town, so got that. Going to do the review afterward. Friday is Matt's birthday. He's not going to be on the show on tomorrow. He won't be on Saturday. I know this in advance. Yeah, so Saturday's Toronto. Big game Saturday. Saturday's Toronto. We lost the first game of the season to them, and hopefully we're not going to lose another one to them. At least not Saturday. Toronto playing like shit. We're starting to play a little better, so hopefully, yeah, that continues. So that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up for the next couple of days. You have an appointment tomorrow at 10 a.m. and game starts at 11 a.m. Yeah, well, I mean, it sucks to be you right now, Joe. I don't know what to tell you. What precipitated, excuse me, the move from Dallas to Midland? Oh, we don't get much rain in Midland. Oh, God, yes. And you know what, though? It took me maybe 10 seconds. I thought I had to think about it for a second. I felt so stupid that I had to think about that, but that was funny. Matt should be sent down to Laval. Possibility. Is a possibility. No, just joking. We don't cover Laval. All right. Well, the last couple of minutes. You got a cardiologist appointment and then a game. So when you say though that 10, you're going to make the game at 11, or you're not going to be able? You're going to have a doctor's appointment. When you guys have doctor's appointments, like, does it happen like on time, or do you also have to wait around for up to maybe 3 hours after the appointment before the doctor actually sees you? Or even better, Three Rivers. I don't get the Three Rivers reference at this point right now. For some reason, Bill, sorry. Oh, you can still do it. Now, see here, if you have a 10 o'clock appointment, if the doctor sees you by 11:30, it's not bad. It's actually not bad. So, yeah, it's better over there. Oh, Joe, here, you could be a half hour early. You could probably go an hour early. You're still going to see the doctor at and 1, 2, or 3 hours after your appointment. Send Matt to Trois Rivières. Okay, that you meant Trois Rivières. Yeah, the Lions. Let him go do Lions games. I mean, I would need somebody who's actually going to do the games, though. If I were going to send Matt there, I'd have to send somebody else with him. All right. All right. So Joe says in Australia, when you go to the doctor and they give you an appointment, it's on time, and like that's insanity. That's insane. I don't know if it's anywhere else in Canada. It's like here in Quebec, but no, you go to the doctor. It's rare that you get like if it's a 10 o'clock appointment. If I'm in by 10:30, that would be pretty awesome. I only have to wait a half hour extra. Doesn't happen very often, even that. So yeah. My doctor, I don't know if she speaks French. My doctor is actually a hijab wearing Muslim woman from the U.S. and she's been here. She's been my doctor for I've lost her 8 years now, something like that. 9. When they say from a time, that means wait around. Okay, I don't. Oh, I see. They might say, well, it could be around this time. And okay, well, here they tell you, oh, you got a 10:15 appointment, but they made like 7 others at the same time. And, or the doctor's running late, or it happens to be 3 patients ahead of you. They're all first visits, so it takes extra time. Stuff like that. So, yeah, it's really screwed up here for that. All right. Well, I'm going to take off because I got things to do. I have a life, No, I don't really. I'm not doing that much. What am I? I had supper. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I do have stuff to do actually. Yeah, I got stuff. Time is tightly allocated. It's tightly allocated here too. They just don't give a shit about your time. That's all. Their time's tightly allocated. Our time, hey, you got something else to do? Your problem. Make another appointment and wait 3 months till you can get in there. Hey, X3, bad timing. I'm on my way out, but good to see you out there. Sorry that I am on my way out, but I mean, you might be able to convince me to stay. If you give me some good questions, I might stay a little longer. We'll see. But we're obviously not going to be doing the trivia, so move that out of the way. But no, I do have to take off. I do have stuff to do before the end of the night. Let's just say that. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow for the game. Hopefully you guys will join me for that. I appreciate that, and I will have the game and the members only review after the game, so don't forget about that for members. I'm just looking to see what I got on my. No, that's it. That's it. I'm kind of working on. I'm trying to decide. I wrote lyrics for a song, for whatever. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do it or not. But it's about a player on the Habs. The way the Habs are playing right now, I don't feel comfortable putting out a raw kind of song about somebody who is still playing okay, but I don't know. The timing's not right. So other than that, I don't know what the hell I'm working on except doing the games, and that's all I got for you. So thanks for being here. Appreciate all you guys. I appreciate keeping me company for an hour. And I will see you tomorrow. And until then, stay safe out there. Peace out, everybody. And have a good rest of the evening. It's still rather early. And that's it. Ciao. And we'll go Habs go. And hopefully we'll have a win tomorrow. That would be awesome. All right. Ciao, everybody.